For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications. Hi friends, welcome to Tech ARK IT YouTube channel. My name is Ravi. In this video session, we are going to see that a small shell script which can be used to collect multiple servers, CPU utilization, memory utilization, and slash disk space utilization. So this is the script which is going to be run into the multiple servers, then collect the data into the single file where we can see the all this single output in a single file.
Like, share, comment and subscribe.
So how we can achieve that? So we are going to create a small script which can go and execute in all the servers and get this output and write it on the file. So let's go ahead and see how we can write this script. So first of all, I'm just going to create some directory called scripts. In this script, I'm just going to make one script file, so which I may call as cpu mem disk.sh file. So in this I'm just going to make the so here maybe you can write the description to collect CPU, memory and disk usage report from multiple servers. Okay, so first of all, to execute all these commands in a remote machine, you have to create the passwordless authentication. So let's see this how we can go ahead and create that passwordless authentication after the script creation. So here, so the author name would be Ravi Kumar, and website you can visit for this is server-computer.com. so now the script is going to be collect the script format. The usable format is going to be like this. So my format is going to be get something like this: host name, okay, and the next one is date and time. Next one is CPU utilization. Next one is mem utilization, and last one is disk utilization. So this is what I would like to collect from the remote machines and store it in a single file. So in order to do that, first of all, I'm going to define a few variables. So the variables is host name, first of all, to collect the host name from the remote machine, and the command is host name which can collect the host name from the machine. And date, I'm just going to define date and time. In this way, the date can be used, the command to collect the date. So here I'm just going to use %y for year, and percentage small m for month, and d for day, and I'm just going to collect hours, minutes and seconds. So this is the date and time format. The next one is CPU usage. So this CPU usage I'm just going to collect using the top command. So that is in a real time. So in top command, if you want to query that top command results, you have to run into the batch mode, and I would like to run 2 times from this 2 seconds from that batch, and delimited one. So from here I just would like to get the first of all I would like to get the CPU. So where it is CPU, something like this. So if you type this command, example say that this command, so you will get the first one. Like this you will get the output from the top command. From this, actually I want this portion from that, so I want this one. So this is the actual CPU utilization from the CPU. So in order to get this one, so you can do that like take the first line over here and then cut this value from here. Okay, so maybe you can also try to use one here. We will get only the first value from here. So like this, now I'm just going to use this value as a 1. Okay, now I'm just going to cut this value using the AWK. So I want the second value from that, so print $2. I'm just going to print the second value out of it. From that, I'm just going to divide that value, so the value will come something like this, dot separated by dot, right? So I want only the first value. The second value is having a little value out of after the dot, so that I'm just going to divide, use the delimiter dot here, and I'm just going to print the value after the dot is first value. So this command will print the exact the CPU usage, and I'm just going to use a define one more is that mem usage. The mem you cannot get directly is that in percentage, but if you want to calculate that percentage into percentage, you have to do the usage value, total value into 100, like the percentage, how you calculate the percentage, that the mass you have to going to apply over here. So in order to do that, I'm just going to apply that value over here is that print $3 $2 into 100. So this is the one I'm just going to apply over here. This one will get the memory usage percentage. So if you type this one, you will get this percentage. So the memory utilization currently is 15%. If you can see this example, so free grep mem, and I'm just going to print the third value over here. Example say that print $3. So this is the value, and print to $2, this is the value. So if you type free, the value is over here is this one and this one. So this one used and total. So used divided by total equal to percentage. So I'm just going to convert that into percentage over here. So that one will going to give me the percentage over here. So now the final one is disk usage. So how you will get the disk usage? So here if you use directly df-h, that's going to give, sometimes if you have a lengthy disk name, so that's going to give you a different format. So in order to avoid that kind of formatting or the different values out of it, you can use df-capital P. So example say that if you go df-capital P, it gives you the value something like this, or if you use df-h, it gives this value something like this. Okay, like this. Otherwise you can use df-hp also, that will also give a value different human readable. But anyway we are going to use only the percentage, so that does not matter if you use h or if you does not use h, it does not change much. So now I'm just going to use capital P over here, and in order to avoid confusion or the formatting errors, so I'm just going to use column-t, which is going to add the text with the tab delimited values. And now I'm just going to cut the value is print $5. The $5 is a usage value. So from here, so I'm just going to say there is a one value called the header, the file system, something like that. So out of that I'm just going to cut that, and I'm just going to replace the percentage value, the percentage. Whenever you cut the this one example, say that this command which gives you the percentage. So this gives you the percentage over here. I'm just going to cut this percentage from here using the set. So this set will replace your percentage with a blank space, which means that which will be the percentage will not appear, so it's going to be disappeared. So now I'm just going to set the value over here, the format one. So maybe the same format I'm just going to use it over here for the header. Maybe you can use something like this, or maybe you can use something different like this. Like this. So the header may be something like this for fancy stuff. So I'm just going to pass this as a single value because this has some special characters over here to not execute on the shell. So that's why I'm just going to write this output somewhere else on this OPT. Maybe I say usage report, something like this, and I'm just going to print above values over here. So $host name over here, and comma separated value, and date over here, comma separated value, and CPU usage over here, and similar way memory usage over here, and disk usage over here. And I'm sending this to this report. Okay, in similar way I'm just going to write the same similar commands for executing on the remote in a loop, because I wanted to execute this in a loop because I have a lot of hosts to configure. I want to run in multiple hosts, so I'm using for loop over here. For in I'm just going to use cat. I'm going to define the host list in script file, say host list, and I say do the similar commands I'm just going to define on the below. So I just copy this here, but a little different. Like I'm just going to define something like this because it's a remote. Okay, so now I'm just going to print all these values. So our host name, date and time, and CPU usage, memory usage, and disk usage. So here I'm just going to define that SSH because I'm going to do a SSH into the high host. I'm just going to execute that command and come back. So here maybe I can use SSH $I, and in space it won't accept actually in a command, so that's why I'm just passing that into the single quote SSH $I. The same command I'm just going to execute into the remote host and collect the information like this. So now the same commands I'm just going to execute into the remote host and collect the info over here and print the same values into the report, usage report. So this is the usage report over here, and done with the for loop. So now I just use the for loop and running the same commands into the remote host and get the output and store into the variable. The variable will be printed and stored into the file. So this is what the script is, and let's go ahead and first of all say my host list. You have to create the host list. So this is the host list. Here you have to write the IP address as DNS names. So in my case I am not using any DNS, so that I'm just going to write my host list over here. I have two hosts, one is 2.50, one is 2.10. so now in order to create the passwordless connection, you have to use SSH keygen-trsa. so this is the command. So now it will generate the key file in .ssh id underscore rsa.pub. this is the key. So this key you have to copy it and paste it into the remote host. So now I'm just going to connect to the remote host 192.168.2.50 and say yes and the password, and now you just verify that whether you have the .ssh or not. So you have the, here there is no .ssh directory. Maybe you can try to generate the key over here, but which is not required just for creating the .ssh directory. So here in this you have to use authorized underscore keys file and paste this content over here. Now exit from the host and verify that you are able to connect to the remote host without any password. Okay, 2.50 is I'm able to connect. Now try to connect to 192.168.2.10. okay, and you have to set up. So here also maybe you can use just to create the .ssh file .ssh, and here you just use authorized underscore keys and you have to just paste this key and exit from the host and try to log in. So it's logging in. Now just go to the scripts and execute that script. Now get this usage report. You can see this is the report what you want. So first one is the host name. The host name is this one, and remote host name is this one, and its CPU utilization currently it is 21%, and memory utilization is 0. Okay, and the memory percentage is 1 over there, and the memory utilization for the remote host is 15%, 21%, and this one is 12%, and the disk usage is 0%. Here it is 100%, here it is 25%. So like this you can get the CPU utilization, memory utilization, and disk utilization in a single screen or a single report. If you want to add a multiple host, you can add it. Then every day you can collect this report through this usage report. So later point of time, if you want to combine this report as a usage report, and you can run most of the times, so that it can give you the a picture graph when you put into the Excel and run some graph, so that you can say that okay, this day CPU utilization this one, memory utilization this one, and disk utilization is this one, something like that. Okay, that's about it guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos and courses. Please like, comment, and share. Please follow us on social networking sites If you have any technical related questions, you can ask